Well, it just dawned on me here as I finished supper on Saturday that I'm gone all day Sunday. I'm flying early in the morning to Kentucky, racing all day in Kentucky Sunday, all day in Kentucky Monday, and then I don't know what I'm going to do on Tuesday. Look at that cat is in here at Mohawk. I was planning, and I have a flight to fly back into Toronto. But I also am listed on 2 horses in Scioto. Race 1. Can't believe this happened. Race 1. Purple Aura, and race 14, Sweet on Pete. So that chews up all of Saturday for me. Do I somehow change my flight to go to Scioto, fly into Columbus, and race those 2 horses? They're not racing for a lot of money, but it's not really about the money. It can't always be about the money, and it's not always about the money. Sweet on Pete's a little tricky. Purple Aura, I'm just trying to get her back on track with Jason. But at the same token, I got a family here in Ontario. Wednesday I have to be in Northfield Park. Thursday I don't know where I'm at yet. Friday I don't know what's going on. I believe I'm in the Meadows on Friday. Saturday, who knows? Sunday I'm back in Kentucky. Monday I can't be in Kentucky. I have to be at July 4th. That's going to be the next generation. So now you see I'm trying to download an Steve will help me do it tomorrow. I got to download a calendar, put it on my phone, and upload all, for the whole summer, upload all the stake races. Upload them all. It's a little tedious, but I got to get it done because, like July the 8th, I know I have to be in Illinois, but I know there's races in other places. I talked to Scott Zeron today. With the trouble we're having getting our 2-year-old trotters in, we were on a good run where we were getting everything in where we needed them to, and then all of a sudden it stopped. The horses didn't get in Friday, didn't get in Thursday last week, didn't get in Monday, didn't get in Tuesday. So it makes me wonder what we're going to do. I came to the barn today. There were some horses that missed starts that needed them. I trained 3 or 4 or 5 of them up real hard today and realized that although I don't love the idea of sending a horse to the PA All-Stars, if the horse is ready, mentally, physically ready, and is fast enough, maybe they should go. There's only one fit that bill today. Crantini will be heading to Scott Zeron and Megan Schramm, who have Taiwan on. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job with that filly. They're going to be headed, he's going to be headed there this week. I have to contact Doyle Shipping. The horse trained like a monster this morning at the farm, and I believe should be in real good shape heading into what would be the PA All-Stars on the 4th. Now, on the 4th, I'll be in Scioto for the next generation with Swinging Senorita and What a Mission. I had some people ask me, why don't we just sell the Colt one? Why? What a Mission has turned into a handy little Colt. He was just second in 59, his first lifetime start, come 28. If I'd have touted this Colt all winter as a good horse, is one of our good trotting colts, and this is a really nice colt, and then he went out and finished second in 59, come 28, you'd be like, oh, we got something here. But because he had been making breaks all winter and was mediocre and just seemed like an ordinary animal, we kind of dismissed it. Well, good horses can come forward. Take a look at Austral Hanover. That wasn't a decent mile. That was an exceptional mile from that colt the other day. Fashion Presidente's mile was good. These are the horses that were in the bottom 15, for sure, of our entire stable. Fashion Presidente, Austral Hanover, and What a Mission resided in the bottom floor of our large apartment building all winter long. You guys know that. I didn't make it up. So anything can happen because you really just don't know. I got looking at our horses, Kings County. What an incredible mile from him the other day. 52-1. A tick off the track record. And when you take a look at the track record, Crazy Wow and Mission Accepted, those are 2 unbelievably good horses. 1 tick off the track record. Not just a tick off the track record, but put on a performance that was shocking. He thumped the open trot and looked like a 3 to 5 layover in doing it. That was an impressive feat. I got looking around at all the other horses we have. Locatelli's almost ready. Harry told me last week of July, first week of August. That's when he has to be ready. White Tiger. I trained White Tiger in 57 the other day with no trotting hobbles on. I suspect we'll take him over in school with no trotting hobbles on Tuesday. Globetrotting. 57, last quarter 27, last half 56. Looked amazing. She'll be in to requalify on Tuesday. Yes, Pick to Win going for $22,000 in Kentucky on Monday. I got one little problem with Kentucky. I found out, I never knew, and nobody knew. It never dawned on me. It seemed ridiculous at the time. I knew last year that we couldn't race the 2-year-olds on Lasix. It's kind of taboo in a lot of places, and I knew that you couldn't in Kentucky. You can't race the 3-year-olds on Lasix either in Kentucky. I just found that out. I asked the veterinarian that we used last year, Dr. Roberts. I said, "Whoa, what's going on? Why can't the Kentucky Sire Stakes? They voted on it." I don't want to get into that. I said, "Oh, all right, whatever, fine." So, I mean, the night we put Unbeatable Kemp on Lasix, he didn't really bleed that bad. He bled a little bit, but not that bad. I can assure you we're going to be keeping a close eye on it. We're going to race him on Monday. We're going to scope him on Monday and see how it looks. Now, here's the dumb thing. And it is the dumb thing. If we take him out of the Sire Stakes and just race him in the non-winners or whatever, Kentucky eligible, which he fits, for not that different, really, probably a little more than half the money, he can race on Lasix there. Because that makes total sense. Anyway, it's not that I didn't know, or it never dawned on me. It would be the same as saying, horses with white blazes on their face can't race on Lasix. What? 3-year-olds can't race on Lasix. 4-year-olds can. 5-year-olds can. Yes is racing on Lasix at Oak Grove. Why would I have any reason to believe that Unbeatable Kemp couldn't? It just seems so backwards. Anyway, I'm sure there's going to be people out there who have a wonderful reason why, and I'm going to disagree with every single one of them. I don't understand it, but nevertheless, it is what it is. So we have Kings County, who just crushed them in the Open at Scioto. Locatelli is on his way back. White Tiger, almost there. Globetrotting, almost there. Yes, already there. Pick to Win in the Open on Monday. What about Perlucky? Don't forget about him. Somebody said, well, where is he? He can't race every week. I think he raced like 5 weeks in a row. 4 to 5 weeks. We gave him the week off. You know, looking at the other horses we've been racing lately, Taiwan On. How good was she last week? I don't think I really talked about how good she was. She looked incredible. And quite frankly, it's the reason that Crantini, that played a big role in Crantini going, Crantini has to race on the same day that I have to race What a Mission and Swinging Senorita. James probably can't go down on that Monday. There's stake races that day. Scotty can. And that added comfort of the way that they've, in such a professional way that they've managed Taiwan On, well, why wouldn't we? Seems like a no-brainer now, especially after I come off the track with him training today. There was no doubt in my mind. I knew by the time I hit the 5/8 pole that he was probably going to Pennsylvania this week. He looked unbelievably good. So Taiwan On has been incredible. Sweet on Pete, that mile the other day. You know, because she's so talented, I know she's talented. It really didn't dawn on me how bad she beat them the other day. Earplugs in, wrapped up, driving away, 5-length winner in 55. Last quarter in 28-4. I'd hate to see that train derailed also with a break in Scioto. So I am telling you right now, from the bottom of my heart, I'm going to try and get to Scioto on Tuesday. I'll do the best I can. There's no guarantees. It means that I'm not going to be able to drive Look at That Cat here, but I'm going to do my best to get to Scioto for Tuesday afternoon. Will the Win. Hanover's quietly been racing great, a couple of seconds. I don't have an update this week from her, but she looked pretty good, right? Been racing great. I believe that's 2 starts, 2 seconds for Julie and Andy Miller. And then even, you know, you look at our horses, Sailor and Stay Close, and those horses have been racing great. Stay Close, another winner, you know, just raced fantastic again the other day. He's in tough on Monday, that's it. I'll tell you one thing, if we have aspirations of him being a good horse, you'll be able to put him on the totem pole after Monday, because that is a tough group of animals. And then Sailor's on his way up through the classes too. That horse has looked great. His last start, you can say, what happened? I can tell you what happened. He bled. 2.5, 3 out of 5. Which shouldn't be shocking. You know, bleeding usually comes from high exertion, right? stretching yourself to the limit. This horse was a lunatic when we got him. Now we have him where he's at least manageable, but he's still hot, right? He's still wired all the time. So it's not that shocking that he bled a little bit. I'm surprised he hadn't before now. So we put him on Lasix. He'll be in to go as soon as we can. Put World Bank on Lasix the other day. I know that Steve, you have to understand the dynamic of the stable. There's so many different levels of knowledge and experience in racing and how people feel and personal feelings that go into it. Steve had bought this horse to be a good horse. It didn't turn out good. My number one goal was to keep him trotting and get him under control. I did. He seemed pretty slow now. He raced good. I thought he raced good in Georgian, but he was bottled up, right? Cut him loose and then see how he does. So James, it looked like James was a little worried with him. The horse he can get a little rowdy. And he put him in an unwinnable spot, but the horse was like 1,000,000,000 to 1. I don't really blame him. I would have liked to have a better line to look at than that. So we can sell him, we can keep him. It doesn't really matter. If I know Steve, he'll probably want to dump the shares of the horse or at least sell the horse. World Bank, it's not going to matter really that much to me or anybody of my partners on World Bank. He was bought as a what-if possibility type horse, and if he's not that good, he's not that good. That's the way it is. So we have Sailor, and Stay Close have been great. What about Patrick Dupran? I know a lot of people are, where is he? Why isn't he in? I know everybody wants to see him win in 50 every week, and everybody thinks that we're just going to take Patrick Dupran. Okay, if he can't get in there, just race him somewhere else. Okay, we can do that. Be careful what you wish for. The horse is racing great at Plain Ridge. He got in a bad spot with them coming off the gate at Saratoga, outside post on a half-mile track. It's almost an automatic pitch. Half-mile track handicaps are the kiss of death. So where do you race him? Yonkers? Careful. Meadowlands? Freeway. Let's just buckle up and race the horse in Plain Ridge. I don't understand why, if you have a full field in Plain Ridge to go for 30,000, I can't for the life of me understand why people don't race there. I'm hoping, fingers crossed this week, that they fill that open. If they don't, then I guess, Mark and I are going to have a talk about what we're going to do with them, where we're going to race them. There's always solutions, just a matter of working through them. And now you look at our 2-year-olds coming up. It's funny because I looked at the horses that have impressed me so far, and obviously none of our big guns are on this list yet. And that's not because they're not good. I know they're good. They're not started up yet, right? What about Una Madonna, how good she looked at first start? I trained her now before she left. She had a bit of a milk run to Lexington, which is a little concerning, but it was so hot there. Here's my option with Una Madonna. Send her the middle of the week when it's literally 39, 40 degrees Celsius, right? Like 1 billion degrees Fahrenheit. Send her down there in the heat, or just wait, because it is going to cool off to around 28, 29, 30 today, yesterday, tomorrow. I opted for a Friday ship, but we ended up with a bit of a milk run, and she didn't get there till late at night, so it's concerning. But she was so impressive, both in training the other day and obviously her first lifetime start of winning one. Leaps and bounds, that was right out of left field. She looked incredible. And it's not that shocking. Go back and look at my video after the qualifier. I told you guys, get her on her toes, put her on the gate, and get her in a racing situation. You might see a very different leaps and bounds, and that's exactly what you saw the other day. I told Ridge when he went to turn her to score down, I said, hey, make sure you have her on her toes and ready to work. And he did, and she did. She looked fantastic. Austral Hanover, as much of a surprise leaps and bounds was, I knew she had talent. I didn't think that Austral Hanover had a lot. I thought he was just going to be literally a very mediocre animal, right? Him and Fashion Presidente, I was concerned they were rather ordinary, bordering on pedestrian. But would there be a spot for them in Pennsylvania? You never know, right? You never know. I can tell you one thing. I know now. My God almighty, did Austral Hanover ever come out swinging? He put his big boy pants on for Friday evening. I can tell you, that was a hell of a mile. An unbelievable mile from Austral. If you said, what is the very best you can envision for Austral Hanover in 2021? It was way down here, and he raced way up here. Unbelievable mile from that horse, and he felt very, very strong. 28 and 1 or 2, and the end of it, he was incredible. What a Mission, another. What a Mission. These horses always had talent, but they just didn't put it all together. It's almost like you shipped them off to college and boom, they just turned into different horses. It's something to watch. It really is. This is the most intriguing part of my job is right now when you see these horses get behind the gate, and some of them unfortunately don't race good. Now, we haven't had a lot of that so far, but the ones that do, you just look at it and try and figure out, where did that come from? How did Austral Hanover figure out how to do that after training so bad all year? It's the coolest part of horse racing. It really is. Trying to figure out how a horse did what they just did is the most incredible part of horse racing. Swinging Senorita, we knew that these fillies, I'm going to tell you what, I said it the other day and I'll say it again, we have 6 Ohio Sire Stake Gold fillies. 6. I'm certain of it. We don't have any colts for the most part. What a Mission, maybe. Now, he can, if he's effective and useful and smart and does his work well in the next generation, we get a little luck, who knows? Will that carry on? Now, keep in mind, Yes wasn't a Sire Stake horse at 2, but raced in all the Sire Stakes. He's right up against it. He could be, he may not be, he could be, I don't know. But he was good the other day. He was good. And our other colts just aren't good enough. They're not good enough. Columbus, no. Sipping on My Shines in the Field. Hill Street Blues, no. Not right now. And Magical Tom just seemed ordinary. Now, his blood work wasn't great, but neither was Smoking Hot Irish Girl, and she raced huge. So, Swinging Senorita was great. All the fillies are good. The colts, we know who's going to be in the next generation now. So Wendy will be sending that starting fee out in the next billing, for sure. Smoking Hot Irish Girl was good. As I said, her GGT was high. Not near as high as Enzo's, but it was high. I don't know. Somebody says, well, what's wrong with their livers? It's not. It's their GGTs, their liver count. I can't dissect that for you. All I know is it's a key indicator that something was wrong with their liver. Everything passes through the liver, right? It's not drugs because they're not getting any. Is it new hay? We don't feed them a lot of hay. They're mostly hay cubes here in Ontario. Now, but Enzo hasn't left Ontario. So it's not hay. Different feed. We don't change the feed. This is the type of stuff where you literally just pull clumps of your hair out trying to figure out what in the hell is going on. We can treat the liver. Enzo trained today like there was nothing wrong with him. We didn't draw very much blood all winter. Why would we? They're babies. Maybe this liver's been jumping up and down all winter. I have no way to know. And you might say to yourself, well, we should take them regularly. Easy now. It's about $85 every time to take them regularly. Our bills can get high enough as it is with us trying to contain them without just going all willy-nilly with silly billing. Almost rhymed. You know where I'm coming from. It's just not feasible. You can't do that. So that's where we're at with a lot of these horses. We're working our way through their livers. And again, tailgate buzz finally started to come on. This is the tailgate buzz we saw training down a mile 58 the other day. Good mile from that horse. You'll see him in the meadows on Friday, I would suspect. As I said, you'll see Fashion Presidente and Austral Hanover again. You might see a new face. I'm toying with the idea. Now, I am going to take him to the vet on Monday. But I am toying with the idea of taking Spitfire overseas over there. I just don't think mentally that today wasn't his fault. The hobble loop broke. It wasn't even the rope's fault. It was the loop's fault. The hobble loop broke. And I watched again the replay. It looked like he was going to take a run at the leader right when he made a break. And he was loaded. I have no reason to believe that horse wasn't going to trot him 57 apiece off a half in a minute. Maybe he would have run down the leader. I don't know. But I think he's second at very worst. The leader won by 8 lengths and we were bottlenecked at that point. So I think Spitfire overseas, very nice horse, but mentally he needs to learn a little bit more. So maybe that series would benefit him. He said there was a little heat in his left front foot too today. I'm going to take him up to Melissa's and get him looked at on Monday. And then we had horses that have or will qualify that I know are very good horses that we haven't even seen yet. High Enterprise crushed them by 18 lengths the other day. Now somebody said, well, 31 seconds. What do you want to do? Come 27-3 and win by 55 lengths? He'd opened up a football field, a seamless oblivion between him and the second place horse, and just shut her down the lane, but said she was very, very, very good, which I expected she would be. High Enterprise is ready to go. Coupe de Ville trained by herself in 2-2 the other day. Jason said she was exceptionally good, not shocking at all. Very, very talented filly. She's ready to go. Whispering Song, also trained, I think he said 2-3, 2-4. She's ready to go. Full Heart, I'm racing her at Northfield Park on Wednesday, I believe. She's ready to go. GJ's ATM is going to be coming back from the pool tomorrow. We're going to train him up. I spoke to a gentleman on the phone this evening. His name was James Eaton. And Mr. Eaton was recommended by a friend of ours, a friend of the stable, and a client, John Walsh, who runs Hawthorne Racetrack. And John said, good guy, great reputation, been around a long time, and all-around good horseman. I had a short, brief, but poignant conversation with Mr. Eaton, and I believe we will be sending our horses to James Eaton. That would be Rosita's Dream and GJ's ATM. They will both be going to Mr. Eaton, and I will fly out there to drive them on the 8th. I can't commit to the whole summer, but I believe I can commit to the 8th. I'll go out and make sure that they're ready to roll. We've talked about all these 2-year-olds. All right. What about the ones we haven't talked about yet? What about Brace for Landing? He was fantastic training today. I'd say a couple of weeks of hard labor behind Crantini. Remember, Crantini went through some very heavy lifting training sessions this winter, and it goes a long way. Right? It goes a long way. Put the work in, you'll see it on the other end. It reciprocates. And Brace for Landing, certainly no fault of his own. He was doing his job right. He didn't get any of those heavy lifting, tough training sessions. So, a couple of weeks behind Crantini, but looked awesome today. Carter Michael Dio, ready to go. Now, James has begged me. All of my partners on Carter Michael Dio, listen closely. He's not going to Pennsylvania. James has asked me one question. Could you please not take him to PA? Could you leave him here? We'll prep him from the Houghton on this side of the border. He believes he's a Houghton colt. That's too early. Still got seconds to go, but he's on that path. He's on that way. As sure as anybody can be right now that they're going to the Houghton, that's where he feels he is with Carter Michael Dio. So we obliged. Okay. He's not going to the PA All-Stars. You got till the 14th to show me that he belongs in Canada prepping for the Houghton in New Jersey. If you can show me that, then I'll leave him here. Otherwise, he's going to the Meadows on the 14th. I think that's a perfect place to leave it. That's what he believes. So we haven't seen Brace for Landing for the most part. We saw him make a break the other day. Okay. You haven't seen him shine yet. Carter Michael Dio, same thing. No hobbles on, made a break. That was on... No, that was on James. James wanted to take the hobbles off him, not me. I took them off Nothing But a Dreamer, but I kept him trotting. Did not break rule number 1. James broke rule number 1. Carter Michael Dio made a break, and then he asked me to put the hobbles back. He said, well, I guess he's going to have to wear the hobbles. He said, but again, we had this conversation about him before and after. It doesn't change or didn't change his mind on how he feels about the horse, just how he is right now. Spitfire Overseas made the break day. Not his fault. Now, if he gets a clean bill of health from the vet, which I assume he will on Monday, my instincts tell me, go and take it. Listen, if Austral Hanover can be second, closing at the wire in the series, and Fashion Presidente be second, Spitfire Overseas should look like a skunk at a tea party. Should. I'm not trying to overplay my hand here, but Spitfire Overseas is a better horse than those horses. 100%. Always was, anyway. So you get Brace for Landing, Carter Michael Dio, Spitfire Overseas. No win pictures from them yet. Crantini hasn't even started yet. Enzo Guayo, he started his first start, come back, and his liver count looked like I assume what an alcoholic's might look like. I don't really know, but his liver count was, well, I'll put it this way. The liver count in our blood, in the blood machine that the veterinarians use here, is from 0 to 60. So 0 being perfect, which it never is. It's always like 0 to 20. 60 being the high end of normal. Anything over that is considered high. There's my wife. Anything over that is considered high. Do you want me to go get Ollie?
In 5 minutes.
Yeah? Okay. Do you still have to go back to the barn? What were you going to do? Oh, yeah, you had to get that stuff. I do want to look at Marshall's. Me, though. And what's the other thing I wanted to do? There's one other thing. Well, I wanted to see if they had Carter done up front. Carter, Michael Dio, and Spitfire. I know they did Spitfire's feet up, but...
Well, we can go when you get back.
Okay. So we haven't talked about Brace. We haven't talked about Carter Michael Dio, Spitfire over Caesar, Crantini, they haven't surfaced yet for the most part. Not with their best foot forward. Hoof forward. Enzo. So, yeah, 0 to 60 is the limit. Anything over 60 is considered high. So 70 would be concerning. 80 would be, you need to address this. 90 would be, all right, what's going on here? He was 178. Never missed a meal. Never looked sick. Never looked like he had a thing wrong with him. But the problem is, the one thing I've noticed, and if you're a horseman, you probably understand what I'm talking about. Once that GGT starts getting high, the horses can't function. You sit behind them and you're like, so where's fifth gear? Because I see us in fourth. We can't really get to the next level. That is what a high GGT will do. You can't function. The fact that he went out and tried a mile 59, come 29, or whatever the hell he did, was amazing, given his state. Now, just to put it in perspective, the veterinarian made a point to call me and say you should probably address the liver problem with the liver issue with smoking hot Irish girl right away. I said, thank you very much. Her count was 91. Food for thought. So, but we have him on the pills right now. I'm going to take his blood on Monday, see if we've knocked that down enough. I suspect we have it down enough where we can maybe school him on Tuesday. We'll see. Horn player. She trained just about as good as a horse could train. Her and Crantini were standouts of the entire week in my mind. Aside from the race horses at Kings County and stuff that went on with those horses. The babies, everything that I saw take place on and off the track. Austral Hanover, incredible. Fashion Presidente was good. Una Madonna was awesome. But when I saw Crantini and Horn player train today, that was amazing. Now, maybe I'm trying to downplay the horses that have been on the track, racing in a pari-mutuel race and won or done very well, and trying to play up the horses that trained in a jog cart. So maybe that's not fair. That's almost apples and oranges, I guess. But Horn player and Crantini they were both incredibly good today. Landing strip. I schooled landing strip in 2-1 the other day. He's never even qualified yet. Landing pad, I tried to qualify today. He ran. You know what? He's been pretty sure-footed the last month. I'm a little surprised that the little bugger made a break there. He doesn't like the way that the back to the bike hobbles grab him. I'm not a proponent of the belly band hobbles. I hate them. I hate using them. But I think I am going to put a set on landing pad and train him Wednesday before I go to Northfield Park. I'm going to train him just to see how he feels. Yes, I am. And Tactical Mounts. Haven't seen her yet. So here, we talked about all these horses that have looked fantastic so far. Here's 9 of our best that haven't even surfaced yet. And it's not that, oh, geez, maybe they're not good. I know they're all good. I can tell you right now, every one of these horses have talent. Every one of them. So, and then Ohio, there's 9. We haven't even seen High Enterprise yet. Haven't seen Coupe de Ville yet. Haven't seen Whispering Song yet. Haven't seen Full Heart, GJ's ATM, or More Than You Know. Remember that name, More Than You Know. That's a very nice horse. And he is ready to qualify next Friday. So when we talk about what we built, how we built it, it took the time. And every so often it dawns on me, how strong this barn is. If we want something, we have the ability to get it. Well, within reason. We tried to buy that horse the other day, Stonebridge Helios. In 48 hours, we put together almost $500,000 American. Now, it wasn't enough. He went for $700,000. And I didn't get to the $500,000 threshold, but I did bid more than I've ever bid on any horse in my life on that horse. And the people that were calling me wanting to buy shares are people I haven't heard from in a while, people that I generally wouldn't think of that might want to buy a horse. So you have this large pool of people that are aggressively, I jokingly said carnivorously the other day, but aggressively purchasing horses when we find the horse that I think could be a great horse. And then we have this other group of people who are just sitting there quiet. Sitting there silent. Gotta go get Ollie. Just sitting there quiet. It's an amazing feeling. As a trainer, as a manager, whatever the hell my position is, when I can send out an email to our stable and in 48 hours amass $500,000, this is in U.S. funds, for a horse that we may or may not get, that's a pretty cool feeling. And I do, as I say all the time, I am humbled by the confidence our clients, you, put in us. And I truly appreciate the opportunity to do what we're doing. And I hope it gets reciprocated in spades. I hope we have the best year we've ever had, and every year thereafter is a great year. But for right now, from the driver's seat of stable.ca, this is one hell of a ride, and I could not thank you enough. So, we are off to a fantastic start again this year. A number of winners on the racetrack from our 2-year-olds already. Our big guns on the way, the bullpen's on the way, so to speak. And it is a super exciting time to be a member of the stable.ca. So, thank you again. I hope you guys had a great weekend. The weather's been tremendous. It's supposed to be a scorcher again in Kentucky tomorrow. Good luck to everybody in the Una Madonna group, in the Walk on the Moon, yes, Blue Bayou Dio, and Unbeatable Camp groups. We'll talk to you all very soon. Take care.